how to set up keyword harvesting and negative rules. Again, this is a general strategy that doesn't matter if you're using Atomic or not. You should be hopefully setting up your own rules about how you want to harvest keywords. We talked about that a little bit in our earlier strategy. I'm going to just review that a little bit. Let's go ahead and hop into it. For negative targeting, let's talk about that first. We didn't talk too much about it. You're going to want to go to the negative targeting section of rules and automation and then add a rule. And then now add all of the campaigns to this rule that you want, or the ad groups to this rule that you want to go off of this criteria. And basically it's looking in these campaigns and then you set the criteria here. Now remember, for negative matching, this is not pausing targets like we talked about in the last strategy. Those are on exact targets, right? If it's an auto campaign or a research campaign, I like doing negative matching because remember, in the auto campaign, you could be showing up for hundreds of random keywords and maybe there's like 4 or 5 that are just really terrible search terms. Those are the only ones you want a negative match. You don't want the whole entire campaign to be paused just because of those 3 bad ones. Same thing in the research campaign. Just negative match the ones that are terrible for you. All right. So set up this negative rule, and that's what it says right here. It says, hey, look for search terms in these ad groups. And then like for an auto campaign, I select both the E and the product. And what that means is if it finds a exact search term or an ASIN that has 0 sales, but at least 20 clicks, it's going to suggest to me to negative match it. And then I select my look back period. Personally, I like doing 60 days, excluding the last 3 days. And I say if I want this to be daily or weekly or whatever. And then now Helium 10 is going to give me suggestions if anything hits that. Now, what if we were talking about the keyword harvesting rules? I showed you a little bit about that before. Let me just open up one of my keyword harvesting rules here. I could have just added this as a new rule, but put any campaigns in here. This is for campaign groups. It's not like those negative ones where maybe I can just throw all of my campaigns into one because it's just looking for the same criteria. These keyword harvesting rules, this should be all of your campaigns that are targeting the same exact product. Because remember, this is how your campaigns talk to each other. All right, guys? So take a screenshot here. This is my exact formula for how I have one of my product groups. I've got an auto campaign. I've got a sponsored display product targeting campaign. I've got a research campaign. I've got a performance campaign and a sponsored product targeting campaign. All of them are looking at each other to try and find new keywords. And then right here is where I have the rules that says what I want to happen depending on what is going on. If you don't use Atomic, guys, you still have got to do this. You have got to set up your negative match rules in your own spreadsheets, like have your criteria, run through it every week, and you've got to have your campaigns talking to each other.